Hello, hello, hello. You're returning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic: what would happen if Ray Lewis ended up becoming our next head coach? Look! Guys, let me tell you something right now. Today, there was a lot of goats at the castle. You had Ray Lewis there. You had Michael Phelps there. And you know Lamar Jackson was there. But it showed so much time, and I have the picture right here. It showed Ray Lewis interacting with the players. Now, everybody respects Michael Phelps as an Olympian. The guy was a physical marvel, especially a marvel within the pool, within the water, and just changed the way how we view swimming. Really did. Greatest swimmer of all time. But I was watching the way the players listened, respected, gave time to Ray Lewis. If it wasn't just laughing, you saw him on the sidelines like giving pointers, talking with Lamar, breaking certain things down, how he would play him and everything else. And then this question just popped into my head. What would the Ravens be like if Ray Lewis was the head coach? Now look, I'm not saying I hate Harbaugh, because I don't. I want Harbaugh to succeed. I really do. But even today, especially with this Falele thing, right? Now, I don't hate Falele. I don't know the guy. I'm just saying on the field, he looks to be a problem. Big problem. And Todd Monkey came out today in full force on how, Falele is special. Yes, he is. I love me, Lele. And anybody saying anything different don't know football and never played a day. I'm dead serious. Like, the way that they were defending him, you would have thought Todd Monken was John Harbaugh. And that's my problem with this, because I feel like a coach that was like Ray Lewis would hold a guy like Falele accountable. Because sometimes when you hold guys that have a natural potential, sometimes being hard on them gets them to the plateau that you are trying to force them to reach. I'm talking to somebody on this one. Sometimes being nice is not the key. Niceness can work with some people. Sometimes being on somebody's head, staying on somebody's neck is what they need to push forward. Some people don't have the natural drive to be special, to be amazing, to be one of one. They don't have it. That doesn't mean they don't work hard. They just don't have that drive, that psychotic mindset of, I will be here. I don't want to be here. I will be here. And for a player that's respected as a Ray Lewis, I think a guy like him could get the most out of a guy like Daniel Falele. Look, I am, and this is not me throwing hate towards Harbaugh. This is not what I'm doing. Harbaugh has been a good coach in his own right. I'm just saying sometimes mindsets can play a role in how a team moves forward. Sometimes coaches are hated. Sometimes they're maligned. But nonetheless, they get the best out of the players. Bill Belichick was not liked. Got the most out of those players. You know where I'm coming from? What's his name? The coach right now for Philly, A lot of people didn't like him. Said the most, you know, he needs to be fired and all this stuff. Got the most out of them. A lot was being said about Andy Reid before Patrick Mahomes got to the Chiefs. He got the most out of them. See, a lot of times, it's not just being a leader of men. It's about how much you can get out of your players. And some guys can get the most out of average. They can make an average player feel like they are a Pro Bowler or an All-Star or a winner. Michael Jordan as a player, I probably have never seen anybody do as much as him. Uplifting players to make them think, and not just think, but truly believe that they were better than what they are. So they played better than what they are. The question becomes, can Harbaugh do the same thing for this team? I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm not saying he can't coach. I'm not saying I hate him. What I'm saying is, with the personality of a Ray Lewis, to galvanize troops, question becomes, could he? And if he could, would they ever think about turning over the reins to him? Because see, that's the thing where you got to start looking at. It's not just saying, oh, the Harbaugh picks a successor or EDC. No, the owner has to sign off. There's a lot of politicking that goes on with being a head coach. Harbaugh understands that. He understands the politicking part very well. But I was sitting there watching today how Ray Lewis interacted, how the guys came up, like listening, trying to eat up whatever he says, just the unmitigated respect that he commands. And I said, dang, we watched how good Deion was as a coach. Because usually great players are not good coaches. Because they expect sometimes more than a player could even do. But Deion and Ray have an innate ability to make people feel a certain way, think a certain way. Like you'll be around them and all of a sudden you think, man, let's get to work. Man, I can run right through that mountainside right now. What mountain? I'm the mountain. You've watched the magic that Deion has brought to all the programs he's been a part of. Could you see Ray bringing that same magic to Baltimore as a coach? Or do you think you would see him flame out because he's too aggressive, too hard? But if there's ever been a player that I feel could understand players, mitigate egos, get the most out of players, I think it could be Ray Lewis. And if this year we don't win a Super Bowl, and let's say Harbaugh say, you know what, I'm going to hang it up, I would hope they would give Ray Lewis, or nonetheless Deion Sanders, an opportunity to lead this ball club. I think it would be gangbusters, personally. Really do. I really sincerely do. But what do you guys think? After today, do you think the same thing? Do you think that Ray Lewis could be a successor of John Harbaugh? And if he did, what do you think this team would look like? Let me know what you think down in the comment section, please. All right? But as always, that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. And now we get down. We have fun and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we're doing what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, guys. Leave a comment. You know I love the comments. If you haven't already done so already, check out the Wunderkind morning show live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m., where we touch on all topics of sports, and we do a little bit of nostalgia trivia from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, guys. Be there or be squared. I'm telling you guys, it's worth it. Subscribe and support. It's about to be an all membership channel, so get in now, all right? Also, if you guys would like to donate, support the channel, leave monetary gifts, just say what's up. Bottom of the screen, QR codes are at the bottom of the screen. It's supported by a Cash App. Cash App, is located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign, TheWunderkindShow. Super easy. But that's the episode of TheWunderkindShow. This show is not just signing off, and as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yerp!
Finish him, Daddy.